Hello, my name is Jacob White, and my partner, I'm presenting the project that me and my partner, Minghao Wang, worked on together. And welcome to MJ Cleaning Services. So we'll start by demonstrating our registration field. Um, you know what? We're famous. We got famous actors wanting to see our service. Um, Probably lives that in Hollywood somewhere. So when you log in, you can see here that you can see your new requests, and there's a page for existing requests. So we'll just make one basic request, and it automatically adjusts the estimated price depending on what request you set. So if I do deep clean, it'll change. Move out, it'll change. Basic, add outdoor, move outdoor. As you can see, it updates immediately, and you can even upload photos. So I upload photo from my work. Sure, that looks cool. It'll show up down there, and it is limited at 5, but it takes a little bit of time. So we're just going to skip out on that. You can add notes like big Hollywood house because I'm rich. And then even suggest a different budget. You can do lower, higher, whatever you want. Pedro Pascal's rich. He's going to offer more just for no reason, I would assume. Probably not. But then when you go to my requests, after submitting a request, you'll see here that it shows the status is submitted. That's because it's waiting for manager response. I just need this thing to go away real quick. Okay. And then from here, the manager, in this case, Anna Johnson, can sign in, and it will take her to a separate dashboard only for managers. So you can see here, she can review any new requests that pop up, see the system estimate, see the client's counteroffer. In this case, we're not going to be so greedy. We're going to send a revised quote, but we can also decline the request or accept the request based on the counteroffer, which we're already updating. 1,000 was too generous. The request are for December 11th, so we'll make sure that we honor that same request date and time. You can even look at any uploaded photos. Then from here, while the response is pending, you can view the details for the pending response and see some history based on like the estimate, the budget, and what the manager quoted, and the uploaded photos. So this is just everything for the existing request, and then the client can then see the quote, review it, and either accept the quote as is, make another counteroffer to continue negotiation, or cancel request altogether. In this case, we're going to accept the quote, which then sends it back to the manager database as in progress. While we wait to actually till December 11th to complete it, but we're going to complete it a couple days in advance because we're not waiting 2 days. So we can mark as completed. It moves into our completed area where we can see different services that we've completed and filter based on whether or not they're paid. So we can look up by paid based on quoted price, completion date, the type of service, client name, however we feel like filtering it, looking for only services or looking for a completion date range, all of that works. And from here, so we look at Pedro's thing and we see that it's not been paid yet. So on Pedro's end, he can now view his bill and either dispute and give a reason for disputing or pay with card. So that will then mark it as paid. And we can see here, it updates to client paid. I go check my bank account. I see, oh, okay, I got the money. And you can also see again, all the history, bill generated, client payment, confirm the payments received. Now everything's all squared away. You can also see again, canceled. So we have Cheapskate here who lowballed a lot of offers. System estimate was 700, budget 50. Continued to try to lowball. So they never really committed to anything. And you can also see every single client we've ever had, how many requests that have been completed and how many have been rejected. And then in our statistics, because obviously we want to be able to see the data a little more clearly, we can see frequent clients, clients who have placed the most orders. That's how it's organized. In this case, I only have one completed order for each client. Uncommitted clients, so this is anybody that has placed multiple orders but never actually completed any monthly quotes. So again, we can organize by uh, quotes based on like, how much they've agreed to and stuff like that to see who like are some of our more uh, preferred clients might be. Prospective clients. So these are clients that have registered, but they've never actually submitted a request. And the largest jobs based on, room size. So not too long ago, we cleaned the Fantastic Four Tower. And then we can also see any overdue bills. So one of the bills that were showing up is unpaid. As you can see, it's 8 days overdue because we completed the service on the first and they have not paid yet, as well as bad clients. These are clients with unpaid overdue bills. So we can see all of them just in case like there's ever one that's they have multiple bills unpaid or whatever, or if it's less than 8 days. And good clients, these are clients who have paid any of their bills within a day of service. And so that's all of our front end functionality. I'm going to turn it over to Minghao to talk about the database and the back end a little bit. All right, go ahead and share your screen.
Let me share my screen.
Yep,
So
still
that's my
recording.
screen.
Yep,
Okay. Here,
it is all
this
in Chinese.
one, yeah. That's why I want you to share the screen.
Yeah,
This one is our ER graph. So our system uses four main tables: the admins, clans, service records, and the record. So the admins is save the manager's password and the username, and now we only have one. And the clans in these tables, they store all the basic clans informations. And for the service record, store all the cleaning records, include the states, court, room numbers, payment dates, and the completion date. For the record and in this table, we store the negotiation message and some the time information here. So this table are connected mainly through the client ID and the request IDs. So all our data and the bases are joined between the client and the service records and sometimes record. For the next part, uh, our SQL tests. So the first one, the frequent client, is for the most complete orders. And so for this one, we find the clients with the highest number of the complete service requests. And I need to show this one. Jack, could you run the code in the database
yeah.
website?
So that's just pulling the website back up. Cool.
Yes.
All right. Let me share
Doc,
my screen. So yeah, stop sharing your screen so I can share mine, I believe. Oop,
yes.
share. All right. So I'm demonstrating seeing the frequent clients. So if you look here, um, oops, you'll see that we have frequent clients. My bad. Here, where it shows the clients with the most completed orders. So it organizes them based on number of completed orders. In this case, I only have one each in to demonstrate that, but a quick update, and I'd be able to show that it organizes by most completed. So if I go to, we'll just stay in this one, make another quick new request, set the date, submit. Oops. Yep. That two requests. Let me go back to the manager dashboard. Send response to client. Oop. Send the response back to the client. Annoying. Then accept. In progress. Mark is completed. then we'll just say, if you show here, it shows that they have two completed orders. And again, it's now organizing by completed orders. All right, back to you.
Okay. And then now we do the second one. It's called uncommon clans. This query find the clans who made an item last three requests but complete zeros. So we use the count to count all the requests and the sum to count complete ones. So the having the code fails the clans who match the requirement. And now, could you show this part? The
Oh
second
yeah, I
one?
showed that part already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed that earlier.
Mm-hmm. And then the current three one. So the monthly attract query. This query track how many codes we are trapped in a select month. So the SQL use the year and the month functions uh, to filter the created ID data and the join to get clan details. The fourth one, uh, did you show this one?
Yeah, I showed all the functionality you're just talking
Yes.
about. You're just showing the quotes real quick.
Okay. So this crowdfunding use who register an account by never submit. Uh, the next one, the largest job. So this crowdfund the complete job with the largest number of rooms. So we store use the order by number rooms, uh, and then limit the results. So the this one, uh, overdue bill. So this query identifies update unpaid complaint job overdue by more than 7 days. So we use the different function, compare the current date with uh, the when they submit and the bad client. So this current group overdue unpaid job by client and the ranks them. So we calculate the overdue count using the count and using the sum to count all the data. And the last one, the good client. That means they always pay within the 24 hours. So we use count for total complete job and sum case win to detect any overdue payments. And then we got the who's the good client. Okay, that's our database to use for this project.
Okay, I think that's good.
Uh, Here I will demonstrate the database part for our project, and I will show all 8 SQL queries that power the manager dashboard. So for each query, I will first run the SQL to show the original result, and then I will insert or update some data in the tables. And finally, run the same SQL again to show how the result changed. So I will focus on what each query does and how it uses the data instead of the explain SQL command. The first one we call the frequency cleanse. So this SQL read data from the cleanse the table and the service requires tables. So it only look at the row where the service requires state is complete. So for each client, it counts how many complete requests they have, and then order the client from the highest count to the lowest count. The query return up to the 10 clients uh, with the most completed orders. So let me run the code. Here is the result before I change any data. We can see the John have completed the James completed one orders and the John Smith completed two orders. And now I will add some data here. Now I insert a few more complete service requests for John and for the Sharon. Um, there's a new role also yeah, use the complete state, so they will be included by the query. And after insert those row and run the cycle again, so John's is complete order count increase, the first one. And the Shara is count the increase from the 1 to 3. So this means this SQL code is working. So the second query is uncomment clans. So this SQL also use the clans and server request tables. For each clan, is count how many total requests they have. And uh, it also count how many of those requests are in the complete states. The query then keep only the clan where the total number of requests is less 3 and the number of complete requests is zeros. So we can see here the only the M&A devs, so they have total requests 3 and the complete order is 0. So now I will insert one more request for M&A and this new request also not complete. Okay, let me take the data. Okay, let's run this code. You can see after I insert the extra request and run the SQL again, the Emily total request count increase for from 3 to 4. And here complete count the remain still is 0. So Chase is still in the result, but with the update numbers. And then now I go to the next one. So the third query show a tapped code within a specific month. So the SQL look at the server request table and join it with the client table to show the client information. So it's only the request whose date is tapped and or the completed. And where the created id date falls in the chosen years and months. In this domain, I use December 2025 as a expand months. And when I run the query the first time, there are only one accept code in this month. You can see the data. Ah, it's two. And now I need to increase a more number here. Uh, uh, let's run again. So you can see they have a chapter code in the same month. And there the new row use the same month in the credit height. And also use the chapter states in the workflows. So the results now show the 4 accepted codes in this month and include our original 2 and the 2 new ones here. So the fourth query is a prospective clients. So this SQL focuses on the clients who register on the website but never submit any service request. So it reads from the clients table and tries to match each client with any existing rows in the service request tables. If a client has no release service request at all, the query includes the client in the results. So let's run this code. We can see the results show the clients who have an account but have no made a request yet. They and because there's no server request for him, let me add some more number here. Okay, after I insert the it requires the run the cycle again. You can see the people disappears because I ate some of the uh I mean set his request some I mean he now have at least one service request in the system, so he's gone from this table. So in this one, largest job, this SQL is to find the largest completed job. So this SQL use the server's requires table and then join with the client's table. It keeps only the row where the state is complete. And it read the number of rooms filled to check the size of each job. The result is ordered by the number of the room for the large to the small. You can see here uh, by the large and to the small, and it's return up to the 10 of the biggest complete jobs. Let me run this code here, the total 10 numbers, and we can see the largest job, the result is 4. And now I add some new data here. Okay, now I've updated some the new data here, and then let me run this code. So after I change the code, you can see the number of the room from the 4 become to the 6 and the 8. So uh, this is the data change by me. So I change some data number here. So this one uh, it show the overdue bills. So this SQL read from the service request table and join the client information from the client's tables. So it's only count the complete and where it's paid flag is false. And this means the job is finished but not paid. It's also compare the completion date with the current date to find a job had between unpaid for more than 7 days. The results include the number of the day overdue for each job. So let me run this code. You can see I have two people here. They have the days overdue. The one is 17 days, the one is 15 days. And now I just add some more data here. Hey, after I insert those row and run the SQL again, we can see the result is changed. They show more the overdue bills and the days overdue. The value is now it's longer they have been unpaid. So it's 19 days, 17 days, 16 days, like this one. For the next one. So this SQL uses the same overdue logics as the parallel queries to find the bad claims. But the it's different is summary the overdue situation as the client level. So it looks at complete job that are unpaid and older than 7 days. And for each client, it counts how many such overdue job they have. So the 7 days each circles. So if they pass 14 days, it's counted by 2 cycles. And then let me run this code. You can see here I have the 3 people here. So the Williamson is already overdue count twice. So that means they have 14 days overdue for his bill. Now I need to add some more data. So I insert more overdue unpaid jobs for some of these clients. So let me run this one. After run, we can see the VMs have two overdue counts too, but Jessica White, they have changed to be the two overdue count. So that means should pass 7 day again. And then for the last one, so the last query found a good client. So let's take a look at the all complete service required for each client and count how many complete order they have. Um, and at the same time, they check whether the client has any job, let's say unpaid for the last 1 full days after completions. We set in the 24 hours. So if client have the least one complete order and does not have any slow or missing payment, um, the client is included as a good client. So let's run this code. Let's say they have the many people here that like John Smith, they have the 5 times complete, and every time they pay in 12 hours. And now let me add more data here.